Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We are live from Bridgestone Arena in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you to those for joining us on this early morning, especially those in Mountain or Pacific time, where it is respectively 6 and 5:30 a.m., and those on the East Coast. So we're just getting warmed up here as the Arapahoe Warriors face off against the Columbus Capitals from Columbus, Ohio. Capitals a nod to the capital city of that state. But what a treat here for these kids to be able to play in an NHL arena. We had an opportunity before they went on the ice to go down and actually take a look at the ice. Now, I think that the folks at the Family Sports Center in South Suburban do a great job with ice maintenance, but this ice here is unbelievable. It's glass, it's iridescent, it shimmers when you get down there, so hopefully these kids can appreciate an opportunity to play on an elite level surface. But yeah, crisp morning here in Nashville. Yesterday was beautiful, sunny, high in the 50s, and this morning I had to scrape frost off the car windows before we came on downtown. Well, we weren't able to actually get access to a press box here, but we found a nice spot to be able to record this game from. And the kids sure got a kick out of their sitting in the same benches there that the NHL teams would. Didn't get to actually use their locker facilities, but they still do have some kind of auxiliary locker rooms down there that are fairly nice nonetheless. So a special thanks to the tournament organizers for providing this opportunity. I can't imagine that it's cheap or easy. They have to staff it with security personnel and all the rink personnel and maintenance, so hats off to the tournament team here for making this happen. They don't have the Jumbotron turned on, so I'm trying to peek around here at all the scoreboards and lights. Oh, okay, I do see that there is one little scoreboard activated, so I'll be able to kind of keep track of the time here. We've got 45 seconds left in the warm-up period, and then we'll get underway. Although one downside, there are 0 concession stands open, so if anyone was hoping to get some nachos, a slice of pizza, or a Polish, you're out of luck today. Any or all of those sounds good. It's kind of a scramble to get downtown this morning in time, find the parking and find your way through the maze of the interior of the arena here, but we all made it and we are getting ready to drop the puck. So size-wise, even though this is an NHL facility, it's still a standard size rink, so certainly a space that these kids are familiar with. Versus we had a recent game in Colorado Springs that was actually on an Olympic size sheet, which is noticeably longer and wider. It creates a lot of extra room for these little legs to churn. And as the Minnesota Wild announced before every puck drop, let's play hockey. All right, we've got our lineup out. We've got Sebastian Kono on the left wing. Elvis Schroeder on the right wing. Looks like Brexton Bednarczyk on center, and our defensive pairings, Elliot Clark and Thomas McGrady. Capitals control the faceoff, enter the zone. Puck carrier coming up the right side board, shot on net. Gloved away by Brian Wang. Scrum behind the net. Puck squirts free. Columbus able to attempt a centering, but picked up by Schroeder. Pass back to Schroeder, shot on net, saved by the goalie. Not a lot of steam on that one, but it was in the right spot. We'll have an offensive zone faceoff. Bednarczyk controls, back to McGrady. Kono to the left side, and Columbus clears it out of their zone into the neutral zone. Chip back in, back out to the neutral zone. Elliot Clark coming up here to the left boards, able to chip it ahead. Schroeder keeps it in the zone. Puck squirts all the way over to the left side. Columbus possesses, intercepted by Schroeder at the blue line. Manages to keep it. He does not manage to keep it in. Offside's called. The faceoff will come out here to the neutral zone, and both teams change up personnel. Soren Moen now out on defense with Emerson Haggard on the right side. Bryce Vieira, Eli Dotson, and Liam Evans taking the right wing position. Vieira controls the faceoff. Eli Dotson just got a jump ahead of him there into the zone before the puck did. So the play whistled dead. We'll have another faceoff, same time, same place. Again, the Warriors kind of control that faceoff and are able to chip it into the zone. Columbus takes it back behind the net, tries to advance it up their left side. Nope. Crosses it all the way over, an errant pass. Soren Moen hustles to it, gets there ahead of the Columbus player. Looks like he's going to try to shuffle it around behind the board. Didn't have enough to get by that Columbus player into the slot. Shot towards the net, not on. Brian's going to have to hustle to get back to the net. Puck comes out. The defense, D to D. Sort of shovel passed ahead there, but it gets out of the zone, and it's going to force Columbus to have to regroup. Which created an offsides on Columbus, so the puck will come back out into the neutral zone for a new faceoff. Fresh personnel for both teams here. Puck comes back to the left side. Our D-man able to chip it up through the neutral zone along the left side boards. Intercepted by Columbus. There's a collision. Bazorgpour able to chip it back in to the corner. There's nobody there for the Warriors. And Columbus able to break it out as they make a rush here. They've got a weak side, number 97 White. They're going to have to cover that up. Luckily bounces away, but they're getting a lot of pressure on our net. We're going to have to tighten up that defense and stop just kind of chasing around. Excellent use of their defense here. You'll see our forwards are kind of lurking a little bit, and we do clear it. That might have enough juice to get an icing call. All right, faceoff's going to come back down to the Warriors zone, but it does provide an opportunity to stop the play and get some fresh people out. Hopefully we can tighten this up here. I know this team, when the pressure turns on, has a tendency to kind of default to a scramble mode, which just exacerbates the problem because it leaves a lot of enemy jerseys open. Shot and they score. Face-off again, possessed by Columbus. Make a clean entry into the zone. Sebastian Kono takes it, squirts out of the zone, but right to a Columbus player. Puck bounces into the Columbus zone. We've got Elva Schroeder coming up to the right side here, able to chip it in deep. Got to get some hustle going here to get those pucks. We're not going to get very many opportunities down deep like that. Number 33, White, with some speed. Great attempt. Kono tips it forward. No icing play here. Bednarchik and Kono gets it towards the net. Schroeder just out of his reach. Little puck battle right there. Columbus able to clear their zone. Chips it ahead. Bednarchik. Soren Moen. Oh, errant pass, a no look. Boy, some danger there right through our crease, but it pops out to Elva Schroeder. Passes it ahead to Bednarchik. If he gets a little speed on that, he can catch it, but he's not able to. Great job by Vieira to keep it in the zone here. He dangles around a couple of people. He's trying to get a shot or a shooting zone or a pass. Nothing. Boy, Soren Moen just kind of fumbles it here. They keep it onside. Puck squirts out of the zone through the neutral zone. Right side there. Puck chipped toward the net. Not really a high danger chance. Puck battle behind the net. Liam Evans in there. Oh, Elliot Clark unable to hold the zone. Brian, come out and cover that. Cover it, cover it, cover it. Flips it aside. One of those opportunities, the goalie really can come out towards the streaker and take off that room. And that should be an offside on White here. Puck came back out to the neutral zone and Columbus chipped it back in, but they still had two guys deep. All right, let's get some fresh people out. Calm this game down here. 1-0 Columbus, 7 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first period. Face-off ping-pong back into the Columbus zone. Boy, and you can tell they are a really disciplined, proficient team here at using the space and passes, which creates some really good opportunities for them that we're seeing now. Puck trickles through the crease. Brian gets a little bit of a stick on it, but Columbus able to keep it into the zone. Again, cover it, jump on that. Liam Stewart here trying to cut through the middle. He's taken down, no penalty called. Just a couple of skaters who got tangled up there. Puck is still in their zone. Liam Stewart gets it wisely to the deep corner here. Step two of that process is to hustle down and follow up with it. Doesn't pan out. Columbus easily breaks into the zone. We've got that streaker on the weak side, 97 White. The puck carrier elected to just put a shot in, which Brian saves. If that player elected to try to center it to that 97 White, who was wide open on the left side, that would have been a real high-risk opportunity. All right, defensive zone face-off, controlled by Columbus, back to the point. Shot towards the net. Paxton Ober able to get a stick on the ice. Just a good opportunity when you're out there defending or doing anything. Keep your stick down, because you never know when the puck's going to come your way here. Let's see if we can break out of our zone. Sebastian Kono on the left side there, puck in the neutral zone. little puck up the board there, but not able to get through number 44 White. Back out into the neutral zone. And Columbus dumps it in deep. A couple players coming along here. Elvis Schroeder in the right spot at the right time, but was jammed up here by a number of white jerseys. Cover it. Shot on net. Didn't have a lot of sizzle to it, but it was on target. .5:26 left in the first period. 1-0 Columbus. Face-off back. Puck trickled through. Brian Wang able to kick it out to the corner, up to the board. Bryce Vieira, he's got Dotson. He's going to streak through. Clean zone entry. But again, when this team gets into that scramble mode, to start playing more as individuals and less as a team. White jersey came around behind the net, was looking for a wraparound attempt, wasn't able to squeeze it through. There's Dotson, gets it out of the zone. We can get a shot on net here. Liam Evans, puck's loose in front of the slot. It's still there. We need to get a couple of Navy jerseys in there and jam that up. Let's get that back in deep, going the right way. Behind their net, Bryce Vieira chipped around him. Columbus coming up the right side board, puck into the neutral zone, controlled by Ober. Little fans on it. That might be an icing here. He was on the wrong side of the red line. So the puck will come back down to the Warriors' defensive zone. All right, face-off controlled by Columbus, back to the blue line. They get a shot in, sort of a lob shot. Something you might see with a sand wedge out on the golf course, but Brian Wang able to easily snatch that out of the air. All right, their right side D-man unable to control it, so it comes out to the neutral zone. Switch it to the left side. Brian wisely just snatches it out of the air and holds on here. I think it's the wiser play to take your chances with a fresh face-off than a loose puck bouncing around in front of your net. All right, defensive face-off coming off to Brian Wang's right side. Liam Stewart behind. Works it around the boards. Breaks the zone. Jack Webster fighting along those right side boards there, but unable to control it and enter their zone. Puck comes around this way. Soren Moen harassing his guy in the middle there. That's absolutely right. You don't want that guy to get an opportunity to do anything. Puck towards the net. Oh, but then he released him. Oh. Kind of a shallow angle shot, but still dangerous nonetheless. Doesn't find the back of the net. But just look at how Columbus is using their space here. They've got their two D-men back on the line, spread out pretty far right to left. Their wings are right where they need to be, and their center is scrambling around like the center is supposed to. And it is sort of stymieing our ability to break it out of the zone. Soren Moen kind of gets it there to the Zorgpor, gets into the zone, but is immediately swarmed by white jerseys, unable to do anything in terms of advancing that puck closer to the net. Now we've got a 3-on-3 opportunity. Boy, shot right on. Wang is just getting peppered here. Again, their D is out there. Another lob shot in, easily gloved by Wang. 2:14 left in the first period. At this age, we don't formally keep stats, but one indicator could be the amount of time that you spend in your defensive zone versus the offensive zone. And I would hazard a guess that this game is very askew towards spending too much time in our own zone. But we do break it in here, but immediately we are stymied by a very organized Columbus team who is able to defend proficiently against what we're trying to do to get in. Schroeder hustles down. He has an opportunity to get possession of the puck. Advanced up the boards there. Haggard's got a guy, 97, Albertson. Oh! Wow. Shot on net, Brian saves it, but he just needs a little more pep to get that, just get it smothered. Icing here on the Warriors. The puck will come back. .121 left in the first period. 1-0 Columbus. Coach expressing a little frustration here at some of the disorganization. Elvis Schroeder, again, he's got that point locked down on that left side of the right side of the boards. But again, this team is unable to follow up with any meaningful attack. Columbus, oh, he was offsides. All right, puck will come out to the neutral zone. Moen and Paxton Ober out on defense. We've got Vieira, Dotson, and Evans on our forward trio. Elijah Dotson able to jump ahead and get that puck, but Columbus gets it right back out of their own zone into the neutral zone. Advanced up the right boards. Liam Evans able to hold it. Loses the puck battle, number 33 White. Advancing it up the left side here. He's being hampered into the corner. Boy, a little ping pong in front of the net there, but that puck goes a little wide and behind. Smother it. And the proverbial Saved by the Bell. Getting ready to start the second period. 1-0 Columbus. Yes. All right, we'll switch sides here for the start of the second period. Moen and Ober back out on defense. Dotson, Vieira, and Evans on our forward trio. Dotson able to gain the zone, tries to flip it towards the middle, but it's knocked out of the way. Got a white jersey here streaking in, shot on net. Flipped over to the corner by Brian. Evans puck battling against the boards there. Vieira takes possession of it. Chips it ahead to Eli Dotson. He's got Evans. Oh. Solid shot on net. Hit a little stick or something. Little click as it went by the goalie. Deflected it just enough not to go in. All right, Vieira retains possession, comes in along the left side boards. Good stick by White there, took that out of his reach. Pass unable to be corralled by the Columbus player. Advance it up the boards. Liam Evans shifts it up the boards. And Columbus fires it through the neutral zone from the wrong side of the red line, and it's an icing call coming back to the Columbus zone. All right, face-off won by the Warriors. A shot attempt by Haggard hits some skates and a stick, doesn't get very far. Columbus able to advance it into the zone. Oh, again, we left that weak side guy wide open right in front of the net. Oh, pass back to the... Just disrupt it. We've got to get our D people on their guys. We can't let them stand around in front of the net undisturbed. Bazorgpor able to chip it out of the zone into the neutral zone. But as we've seen this game, Columbus able to very quickly regroup and bring the puck the other way. Centering attempt through the crease. No white jerseys there to deflect it in. Again, collapsed. We didn't have anyone there on that outlet attempt but white jerseys. Bazorgpor, one of our shiftier skaters, just unable to catch up to that puck, but it does result in an offside call. .10:30 left in the second period, 1-0 Columbus still. Face-off won by Columbus. Puck battle through the neutral zone. Nakono on the right side gains possession of the zone. He's got Bednarchik in the middle, but that pass offline. Schroeder with a shot. Swallowed up by the goalie. Face-off won again by Columbus. They attempt to mount a break out of their zone. And they get it through. They've got a clean entry. Just, again, Brian, just a little fast and loose with those pucks in the crease. In those situations, boy, you expect your goalie to be like that game, Hungry Hippos, and just swallow up that puck. Bednarchik fumbling with the puck. 3-on-2 opportunity for White. Swallow it. There we go.
It's a good thing I'm not mic'd.
Face-off won by Columbus. able to reverse. But Columbus able to reverse the reverse back into the zone. Shallow angle shot. Sails harmlessly through the crease area. Soren Moen here, possession of the puck. He's got time. Will take it around behind his net to kind of look for a breakout pass, and he's able to hit Bezorgpour, who turns it around to Vieira. Move your feet, boys. We just got to get it on net here. And a score, Bryce Vieira. From between the circles, is able to find that puck through traffic, past the goalie, and in the back of the net. We're knotted up at 1. 8:44 left in the first period, or I'm sorry, the second period. And we'll leave this same personnel out here. They scored once, maybe they can do it again. Dotson jumps ahead and gets control of the faceoff. Shot just wide of the net. Back into their corner, advanced up the boards. Oh, almost swung it through. And that puck kind of bounced around the blue line a little. One too many times, resulted in an offsides. Neutral zone faceoff. Evans tips it into the zone. Able to hold the zone. Let's get it in deep. Unable to do that. All right, look at number 88. He's going to be their weak side guy. Puck back into the Columbus zone, but no Navy jerseys. Strike that. Dotson hustles in and is able to get possession of the puck in the back corner. Centering chance, just hit about 6 players' skates here. They've got a speedy streaker. Paxton Ober, good stick to disrupt that, but Columbus still possesses it. Ringed around behind. Oh, puck was in the vicinity of Liam Evans and Bryce Vieira, but neither able to solidly get possession and advance the puck. Just let's get it there. Vieira gets it. He's got Dotson on the weak side. Again here. Liam Evans wisely gets it out of the zone. We've got a streaker from the bench, Isan Bezorgpour. There we go. Second efforts, third efforts. Those are what's going to score goals. Bezorgpour again. We've got a Luke Webster gets it on net. Ooh. We've got some help there. If you can just hold the zone. Oh boy, a little discombobulation there on their blue line with our defense, but they're finally able to advance it up the right boards into the corner. Oh, jeepers creepers! Oh, and he's tied up by a falling Columbus player. Otherwise, Bezorgpour could have had a nice line to the net with that one. Brian, great save, stood his ground there, kept his angle, and was able to easily bat that puck away. But again, we're chasing around now. Why do we have 2 guys? And there we go. Jack Webster kind of harassing White, number 19. We've got Elliot Clark trying to keep number 97 White busy. Almost. All right, Liam Stewart here with the distinct golden stripes on the side of his Breezer covers. Puck sizzled up the left side board, but Narchik wasn't able to hold the zone, so Columbus is able to now come through the neutral zone. They tag up, they wait. disrupted that play. Tommy McGrady, puck behind the net. No one was there for that breakout pass attempt. Ooh, puck hits the back of the net. Always that moment of nervousness when you see the twine wiggle like that, but then realize safely that the puck had hit the outside and not the inside of the net. Kono fighting there to keep it in. Bednarchik trying to get a shot, gets to the net, rebound attempt. Kono not able to corral that one. All right, they easily break through the net. Oh, all right. Again, we need to be looking behind us. Sebastian Kono, he's going to fumble here at the blue line. Can't maintain the zone. And I think they're going to call an offside here. All right, we're about halfway through the game and made our customary goalie switch. Henry Amareller now in net for the Warriors. And Columbus made a goaltender switch as well. All right, back to the action. Someone's got to challenge that puck shooter. Ooh, dangerous, right through the crease, unable to get a puck on it now. Comes back out of the defensive zone, forcing Columbus to tag up. Sebastian Kono tips it out, back into the zone. That should have been an offsides. Number 44 White had not cleared the zone yet, but play goes on. Just make a, all right, out of the zone. Step two, follow it up. Controlled by Soren Moen. Tries to advance it up to Schroeder there to get it deep. We should be able to stymie that guy. Elliot Clark can't, come on out. Oh! And they score. 2-1 Columbus. Center ice face-off initially controlled by the Warriors, but quickly taken back by Columbus, who enters in, attempts a high shot over the net. Bryce Vieira, in a number of white jerseys around him, was going to be a tough sell to try to dangle around those guys. Emerson Haggard flips it into the opposing bench. Referee elects to bring the face-off back into our defensive zone. Won by Columbus, shot on net. Amarillo gets a little bit of leather on it, gets it off to the side. Cross through the slot. All right, Elijah Dotson here has a little hampered right at their blue line, unable to get a zone entry, and they turn it right around and come back. A little danger in front of the net, reversed around behind the net. Boy, we're doing a lot of standing around here. Warriors really need to up the hustle here because we're getting outworked bad. All right, Vieira, again, he doesn't have anyone. Shot on net. from the high slot area, so the goalie looked like he had a pretty good sight line on that one, easily able to swallow it up. .128 left in the second period. Columbus able to advance it through the neutral zone, through everyone. Bounced in front of the net a little bit. Number 19 Gruber without a stick. Number 44 White without a stick. Let's take advantage of that miscue. Isan Bezorgpour coming through the right side. Shot harmlessly sails wide. Bezorgpour tries a little no-look backhand and it goes out of the zone. McGrady able to try to get it back down deep into their zone, but Columbus corrals it, comes back up through the neutral zone. No icing here, even though the puck's down deep. Elliot Clark advances it around the boards. The right side, Liam Stewart. And we're trying some outlet passes, but nothing's really clicking here. All right, we got it deep into their zone. Let's follow that up with a little footwork and get to it. And we're going to have a foot race to a loose puck here. Elliot Clark able to get back, get possession safely behind our own net, but not out of danger yet. And that's the end of the second period. Columbus Capitals 2, Arapahoe Warriors 1. All right, we're ready to start the third period. 2-1 Columbus. 13 minutes on the clock. All right, the Warriors gain possession of the zone. Chipped center by Bednarchik. Nobody there to redirect it towards the net. Shot on. Kicked away by the goalie. Columbus advances it up their right side. Unable to clear the zone. Again, unable to clear the zone. Shot on net, shot on net. Amareller was able to, oh no, we're just discombobulated. Not sure what the, all right. We're running around here. All right, let's settle this down, get some semblance of a breakout. Zone entry over to Schroeder. He's going to be on his own here. All right, Bednarchik, high slot, tries to line up for a shot. Kept in at their blue line, but not for long. Number 88. Soren Moen harasses him, disrupts Able to get it away, but it trickles back out. Solid shot. Kicked away by Amareller. All right, Sebastian Kono had it. Rolled off his stick. Was unable to get possession. There's that pesky number 88, Carroll White. He seems to be in the right place at the right time constantly. Shot towards the goal, gloved by Amareller. .57 left, plenty of time to tie this game up and win it. Defensive zone faceoff for the Warriors. Great job by Vieira to kind of jump in there and prevent them from getting clean possession off the faceoff. Off Vieira's skate, stuck at the blue line. Amareller wisely covers, forcing another defensive zone faceoff for the Warriors, but providing a few seconds here to regroup and get some fresh air. Again, great job by Vieira to kind of prevent them from getting a clean face-off. We've got one guy going hard, and we've got some other guys going not so hard. Back to McGrady. Gets it towards the net, deflected by a Columbus player who gets it back out of their zone, number 88. All right, we've got to get that guy wrapped up. Ooh, quick flurry in front of the net. Cover that puck if you get an opportunity here. This is not going well. Vieira attempts to just get it out of the zone here for a breather, but can't do that. It's trapped deep. Back to our left corner. Tries to advance it up the boards, but is easily intercepted by a Columbus player. A little pushing and shoving going on here. I can certainly understand the Warriors feeling a sense of frustration here. Things just aren't clicking. All right, one of many defensive zone faceoffs for the Warriors in this game. Faceoff one, not cleared. There we go, blocked shot. All right, puck bounced off. Looks like Isan Bazorgpour. He's got some speed, he's got some room. Oh, shot on net. It must have hit a pad. It just angled after making contact with the goalie. But a great opportunity. Looks like we've got an offsides here. .9:17 left. Face off loose. Jack Webster tried to angle it, was intercepted. Oh no, we have a, and they score. (3-1) Columbus. Looked like our defensemen kind of got his own feet, fell down, and that provided an opportunity for that Columbus player to easily skate around and get a clean shot at the net and capitalizes. Boy, again, puck loose in our crease. Amareller able to freeze it. Puck squirts out of the zone into the neutral zone, slides all the way into their defensive zone. Oh, wow. White tried to go around behind the net and actually clipped the side of his own net. That would have been quite gratuitous if that went in. But not meant to be. All right, but not meant to be. All right, shot towards the net. Bednarchik or Bezogpor jumped that, but it doesn't. Just enough to keep it from going in. Liam Stewart hustles up on it, unable to corral it cleanly. Back to McGrady. Flips it forward, and they're going to call this an icing. So once again, the puck will come all the way back down to the Warriors' defensive zone for another face-off. Face-off won by Columbus. Shot attempt hits Schroeder's shin. Looks like that one stung. They're just so fast around our net. Deflected by Dotson. Kono gets it. He can get some speed here. He can get free. And he scores. Sebastian Kono brings it to within 1. Columbus 3, your Warriors 2. Schroeder, a tough little guy there. It looked like that shot attempt hit him in the lower body somewhere. That maybe there wasn't full padding around the shins, knee, ankle, etc. But anyway, we're back on. Hopefully that goal gave the Warriors a little bit of spark here. Puck through the crease, harmlessly chipped away by Amareller. Oh no. Boy, odd bounce there, went right to the tape of a White player's stick. There we go, advanced ahead a little bit. Can Bednarchik fight through there? He does. Shot attempt hits a little bouncing around there, unable to cleanly hold the zone, but reversed it back there, tries to get it around a couple of White jerseys, unable to do so, into the neutral zone. And it comes down, no icing on the call. I thought it was on the wrong side of the red line, but not to be here. We've got Bednarchik with a little bit of space. And numbers. And this will be an ice. Coach is calling for some fresh legs here. All right, we'll have an offensive zone face-off here. Let's see if we can take advantage of that, win this face-off, get it back to a player with an open shot. Tommy McGrady's got a good one. Elliot Clark. Columbus wins the face-off, but is forced to direct it back down deep into their own corner. Bouncing puck gets by McGrady, number 88. Again, he's everywhere. Streaking up the left side boards. Does not have any other White jerseys in the vicinity. Liam Stewart gets a little jump on the puck. He falls down. Elliot Clark here still fighting with it, can't clear the zone. And it is going to be out. Offsides. .454 left in the third period. Warriors 2, Capitals 3. Puck kind of zigzagged over the blue line, resulting in an offside call. Face-off won by the Warriors. Back to Clark, who punches it ahead. Vieira able to gain the zone. He does have a winger with him. Puck gets through traffic. Goalie does not give up a rebound. Opts to smother the puck. We'll get another offensive zone face-off. Again, we'll see if Vieira can get it and chip it back to one of the D-men for a shot just like that. Ooh, hits a couple players. But that's the right idea. Now we got to move our legs here and get back. 97 White. Tommy McGrady very proficiently forces him to the outside board, which results in a turnover. And Bryce in a foot race here against the goalie. Looks like we may get a hooking penalty on 24 White. Minute 30 minor for hooking. All right, the Warriors on the power play. Let's see if we can capitalize on that. Emerson Haggard at right defense, Soren Moen left defense. We've got Webster, Vieira, and Bednarchik on our forward trio. And Vieira trying to get a shooting lane. Goes wide of the net. It's forcing them deep behind their own net. Let's see if we can keep it there. Soren Moen able to hold the zone. Gets it back in towards the net. And chipped out by the Capitals, which results in an icing call. So a little bit of a turn of the tide, so to speak, here. We've had multiple face-offs in their zone, which provides us with some good opportunities to try and score versus face-offs in our zone. So let's see again here if Vieira can win this this face-off and get the puck back to an open shooter here. We've got Webster, Moen, and Haggard. There, Haggard didn't really have much to work with, so he wisely just gets it back deep into the corner. Puck trickles through the crease, hits the goalie. Vieira puck battle there. And solid shot by Isan Bazorgpour. Hits the goalie right in the chest. Didn't realize the goalie didn't have a stick. It's laying there off to the side of the net. 3:29 left. Changed up our personnel here. Columbus wins it, brings it back behind their own net. Schroeder can get there and intercept this ring around attempt. Puck battle against the net here. All right, kicked over to Schroeder's stick. Poked away by 44 White. 3-on-2 here. All right, forwards, stay high. All right, breakout attempt here by the Warriors. Chips it through the neutral zone. Puck comes all the way through the neutral zone into our defensive zone, handled by McGrady here. Attempts a breakup up the boards to Ober, to Schroeder, to Kono, to Bednarchik. Ooh, shot attempt. Sails harmlessly over the... There, if we can pressure them down deep like that, we'd have an opportunity to get something on net. McGrady keeps it deep here. We're getting some fresh legs out, so there's not a lot of Navy jerseys in the area. All right. Oh, Sebastian Kono tries a little bit of a... we're way off sides. Well, showing a bit of spark here, a little more aggressive on the forecheck, which I think is going to benefit us because that's what we need at this point. 1 minute 44 seconds left. It's go time. Time to start maybe taking a few more chances, moving Navy jerseys closer to their net. The downside is it can leave you a little unprotected. All right, Elliot Clark stays on the weak side, forcing a shot attempt that's easily gloved by Amareller. Minute 33. Scores Columbus 3, the Warriors 2. Challenge him. Ooh, little backhand flip on target, but smothered by Amareller. Minute 15 remaining. Warriors attempted to call a timeout. The referee did not grant it. Maybe there is a tournament rule here that teams aren't able to get a timeout here, but Amareller fought off a couple of passes right on net. All right, we can get a 3-on-2 here. We've got to move our feet. It's past the red line. Let's just chip it deep, deep, deep. All right, let's not fool around here on the blue line. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now we're going to have to tag up, which gives them time to regroup as well. Go. What coach is calling for and what needs to happen is that someone needs to get that puck in deep, which means get that puck down by their goal, behind their goal line, versus trying to dangle, weave, and juke around a number of players to get there, and that's the game. Warriors go down by a score of 3-2. But hats off to a very skilled Columbus Capitals team who were absolutely able to exploit a lot of the weaknesses that we're working through here as we develop through the season. But game 1 and 2 down. That means another game coming up a little later this morning. Have an opportunity, maybe get a bowl of Wheaties here, get recharged, and come back hungry for a win. So with that, we'll sign off here from Bridgestone Arena in downtown Nashville, or Smashville as it's styled. And we'll talk to everyone later.